I am Jeffrey Ironfist in World of Tanks in a very hairy battle where I'm bottom tier in this very boxy tank. Klaus Kerman recently featured the Su-100Y. He called it the box tank, and this one is fairly boxy, not quite as boxy, a little bit smaller, not quite the size of a house, but quite coincidentally, I had this battle just a few days before Klaus Kerman featured that battle, and it was on the same map as you see. It was on what's this, the Finnish defensive line or whatever, and so we're in Finland. We're not quite in Siberia. Definitely not in a place where you'd find a French tank. So this is the ARL V39. It's got basically no armor unless you hit the tracks. It has a gun coming out of its hull, so it doesn't really have anything like a superstructure. It only has a hull. For a superstructure, it has a little thing for the commander's head. Well, we'll find out. And okay, we have one light tank going to spot for us, so that's very nice. I'm bottom tier. It's a tier 6, tier 7 battle. The one that Klaus featured was a tier 6, tier 8 battle. So definitely the Su-100 was in a tight spot there, but it has a bigger gun than the ARL V39, so it can make up for it. So here one light tank came to spot where the TDs go. I don't think we need a light tank up here. I can spot for myself if you're going to be here. Oh dear, he's getting murdered. And it's a light tank without camo. There's that as well. Okay, that tells you a little bit something about our teammates, nothing new. So you need some not so good teammates and not so good enemy players, and then you have the recipe for chaos. So let's see how this battle goes. With a little bit of luck, if there's chaos you may do okay, but it's no guarantee. So he managed to get away behind those rocks or whatever. The light tank stays here to snipe. He just won't give up his sniping spot. So I'm trying here to blind shoot any enemy light tanks.
You haven't given us time to hide.
Got blind shot myself. Luckily, I was blind shot and someone hit the tracks. The tracks go all the way up because this tank, has its gun coming out of its hull, and so the tracks come all the way up to the top of the tank. So they are good armor. It's the only armor this tank has. Okay, so we've been rushed by the enemy light tank. Hopefully someone can kill him. The problem with sometimes these mediums and lights playing so defensively is basically you have nobody to spot for you, you get outspotted. And we only have one heavy tank, the VK, down in the southern part. Everybody has gone north, everybody wants to snipe, and all the snipers are getting killed. It's quite obvious we have a team that aren't very experienced. But at this point, there's not a whole lot you can do, especially being bottom tier. The VK is in a tight spot. It has to fight whatever it is, at least 3 tanks. There are 4 tanks probably. There's a Su-122S. There are 2 heavy tanks, a light. The light somehow died. 3 heavy tanks and another light. Basically all their tanks are hanging out on our VK. We spotted the GW Panther, so hopefully that'll be taken out. And it looks like at the moment, you say, wow, this looks very good. We have total control of the battlefield. The enemy is down by the river, or the lake, the sea, whatever that is, down south. But in terms of hit points, we're way down. We're about 2,000 hit points down. We're even in terms of tank kills, but we've lost a ton of hit points. And at this point I'm thinking we definitely need to defend the base. We have all those tanks that killed the VK now possibly coming out from the south. I am hoping that the tanks that went north will manage to push, but you never know. However, as we have nobody defending the base, I've decided to come this way. I don't think anybody noticed that I pinged the base to tell everybody that we need to defend it. Okay, so this is a tier 6 tank. This is definitely not one of the best tanks in the game. And so he's getting murdered. Oh there, I got spotted. I got spotted here. And I bounced another shot on the track. So the tracks bounced a shot. That's the only armor this tank has. The tracks. I don't know what kind of member it is. Like something like 40-50 millimeters of armor. But you know, any tank can pen you, even tier 4 tanks can pen you with this kind of armor. The good thing is the tracks come up to the top of the tank, basically, because the tank is so low. It's like one of those World War I tanks that were used to go over the trenches. It has the same sort of shape. So, as you see, we're definitely not winning. We're down by 2,000 hit points. We're down 2 tanks. We have 2 SPGs. The enemy only has 1 SPG. They have several mediums, and I think they have a heavy as well. The STRV is out spotting us. They have 2 STRVs. That's interesting. Okay, one of them died. The other one has not been spotted. They're auto-loaders. Now I'm thinking, is he there? But who's going to find out? I mean, we only have the Young Panther, the Hellcat, and me, 3 tank destroyers. Then we have 2 SPGs. We only have the mediums in the opposite side of the map to where I'm thinking the threat is. On the other hand, as the enemy tanks are not advancing from that side, it's quite possible they're relocating. So basically we have a decent deployment at this point. So I'm covering the base, then the Hellcat is covering the mid area, and the Young Panther can cover the approach from the north. So we have all sides covered. The question is, are my teammates capable of defending their positions? And then the T-34-100 is an extra, so it could help us out by doing something clever. Let's find out. It is very odd that we're down 2,000 HP, and my teammates have, have decided we can, can't defend the north or something. Defending the base is not important. I featured in my last World of Tanks episode, I featured a couple of battles where I showed the team compositions and why you have landslide defeats and landslide victories. It comes down to the fact that one of the teams is just not very good. Now, you might say, for comments, oh, this happens in skirmishes, this happens in this or that. But yes, it happens in some situations only because in those battles you only have 5 tanks aside or 7 tanks aside or something like that. So we have an attack by a heavy in the middle in the open ground. It was taken out probably by the SPGs. So in those battles like in skirmishes or something, you only have like 5 or 7 tanks aside. They all go together in one group, and then they find the enemy group. They're also going together. They have a shootout, you know, whatever, you know, the best, whatever, whoever shoots first wins or something. Yeah. And then after a while, you know, you take one tank out, they take 2 of you, then you take, you know, down 2 tanks, then you know, basically they outnumber you 2 to 1 at this point, because there's such few tanks. And once that happens, then it's you know, it's steamrolling. You know, if you only have small teams, then battles are going to end up very soon, because if you lose a tank, you're very severely handicapped if you're tanked down. So that's why those battles are fast. But why a 15-side battle is fast? It's only because one of the 2 teams is not very good. The teams are not balanced in terms of experience. So we lost also the Arc Panther. So we lost the 2 high-tier tanks. We have the Excalibur turning up on the other side. It's quite certain we will be rushed from that side now. So I want to go and relocate. The M44 should really run. And the Hellcat is in a tight spot. And depending on how good these players are, they could murder us here. The Hellcat and the M44 really should run away as fast as they can. I guess the Hellcat decided to cover up the retreat of the M44, but it's suicide. One, you know, he could have taken up that spot in the corner, in the northeastern corner, but he's decided to stay there and fight. But he's so exposed, he has no chance. And how did I miss there? Come on. This is the, this is what, you know, what probably happens when you're down and you're going to lose. You just can't hit your shots. This is true. It happens more often, or at least it's more noticeable. I don't know. It's more noticeable perhaps when the situation is like that. So we're down to 1 tank. No, you say we're down to 3 tanks, but I'm the only one who can spot. I'm the only one who can shoot and reload fast enough to hold back the enemy attack. Yeah, and so basically we're down to 1 tank. Now the Excalibur turned out, and it was taken out by the SPGs. They were very attentive, luckily, and so basically I was basically spotting. I don't think I even turned the gun so I don't move the hull, so I don't get spotted there. I was lucky that the SPGs reacted very quickly. So we have the ISU 122S somewhere there in the bushes, and then we have the STRV somewhere trying to spot us. Someone shot me. It was the ISU 122S. Fortunately, once again, he hit the track. So the tracks are saving me today. That's also very lucky, but I'm only being blind shot in the tracks. I'm not really sighted. That's why they hit my tracks. And now you think basically, you know, I'm standing alone against 5 tanks and an SPG. Of course I have the 2 SPGs who, you know, can support me. But in terms of guns that can spot and move and do things, I'm 1v5. And now someone spotted me here and I'm thinking who? It's either the ISU 122 at the front or someone has sneaked up in the bushes behind. And so here I'm hoping maybe I can find out who it is. It was probably, was it him? I have a feeling I'm still being spotted and being shot. Is it him who is spotting me? Okay, so now I realize I'm being spotted from over that side. Every shot pins me. So once I'm spotted, there's no more any chance to hit the tracks. In fact, the tracks are quite slim. It was very, very lucky that I bounced 2 shots with my tracks. So I'm being shot by the STRV from this side. It's an auto-loader and it's quite clearly very stealthy because I wasn't able to spot it. So almost certainly it has cam on it and it's shooting behind the bushes and it's getting double burst, so I couldn't spot it. It's also probably, it's also spotting for his team, so they've taken out one of our SPGs. The other really missed and now they know where it is. I need to kill him. I managed to get spotted again. No, I didn't get spotted this time. I guess the STRV was double pushed and wasn't able to spot me. But someone is shooting the M44. Okay, and it's been taken out, unfortunately. Okay, that was just a sliver of the top of his superstructure. Okay, I'm being shot by the STRV once again. Now I am surrounded. Can I pull this off? So right here, I don't think the STRV can shoot me. So I'm turning around to face this guy. He got scared off, backed away. And so now if the STRV rushes me, I'm dead. Unless this guy makes a mistake. He did make a mistake, so it was actually very good because he got double boost. He got stealth. He went stealth, and I'll take this guy out.
Nice to do business with you.
Okay, that was bad timing. So the other guy went stealth. It's interesting. So I guess he had a good camo and I was thinking that he can probably get away with it, or maybe he didn't realize he was still lit. And now we only have 7 seconds left, so there's no way I'm gonna carry unless the enemy SPG had made a mistake to come over this way and I could one-shoot him. Doubtful. So, unfortunate conclusion to the battle. It was a draw. Not quite Colobanos, I couldn't have gotten a Colobanos, but I got a Stanker, I got all these other badges, and high caliber, so that is something. It's better than a kick in the teeth. I also got hero time. I got some present, some gift. Great performance with an exclamation mark. But a draw, despite everything, nearly 3000 HP damage in a bottom tier battle at tier 6, tier 7. Unfortunately, it wasn't going to be a win. So thank you for watching. I'm hoping to see you in a future episode. Until then, have a good day and goodbye.